What's happening, guys? Today's another day on the channel, and this thing should run today. Should actually drive today. So there's like 4 things we got to put on this thing. We got to put an airflow meter box on it. We have to put 2 coolant lines. We have to put a clutch line on it, and do some wiring. That should be about it. That should run and drive. Right here, we got all the rest of the parts we needed. So off the Parts Miata, I just went out and got this off the Parts Miata. This is for the airflow meter box, which we have an airflow meter box right here. We got the 2 coolant lines that I was saying that I needed that go underneath the intake plenum, or not underneath the intake plenum, but from the reservoir down there to the lines down there. And yeah, guys, this thing should run. Should run tonight and should be pretty good. I mean, if this thing runs and drives tonight, probably gonna do burnout tonight. So we gotta bleed the brakes, we gotta bleed the clutch, we gotta do some stuff, but we're gonna go ahead and start by putting on these 2 coolant lines, and then we'll go into some other stuff like the airflow meter box and wiring all that stuff in. So let's go ahead and put these 2 coolant lines on. So the coolant lines are on now. Got these bad girls on. Boom and boom. Put a little zip tie here because it's a little too long. I don't even know if it's the right one for this car, but whatever. Works. Got those on. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to start putting all this wiring together here so that this works, and we'll figure out what's next. Got to take this and de-lume some of that, and then put the air box on, put the clutch line on with the little pieces. We got to make a block off right here, so we're going to take one normal like brake line fitting and then just weld the end and then put brake fluid in it. So now we're going to only be able to do burnouts, only front brakes, but it's okay for right now. We're going to put a hydro in it later on, and that'll work later. But let's just get this thing so that it can actually run today. Okay, guys, so the intake is on, and it's a little darker outside. I had to go somewhere real quick, but the intake is on, and it's pretty janky. Connor finished up the wiring here for me, electrical taped it all together, and there you go. So that's how we got that going for right now. And yeah, this is pretty weird, but we got the intake on. It's in there. That's on there. Got this. Let's see if it starts up and it runs. So here you go. Prime, clutch. Ooh. Give it a little gas this time. It doesn't stay running, so I have to keep giving it gas. But it might be because the throttle body's like the throttle position sensor's all off or something like that. But hey, it kind of stays running now, and it doesn't just shoot to 5,000 RPM. So we're getting somewhere. Let's try to tighten up some of these couplers, I guess, and then see if it stays running. We could also mess with the throttle position sensor and see if that works. But yeah, we're making progress. Okay, so we got more Miata kits here. In front of my car. So Connor says he bets $20 that this thing will idle now because I put some clamps on it. So I put a clamp here, and on the throttle body up there. I don't think it's going to idle because I still need to mess with the throttle position sensor and how much air is actually getting in through this here. But Connor says, so here you go, Connor.
It's going to run.
Okay.
It'll idle.
It's still got no clutch, so let's see.
We gotta mess with the
Yeah. So let's go ahead, stay on camera here. Let's grab a screwdriver. Where the heck is the screwdriver? It's a mess on this cart right now. I don't even know if there's a screwdriver on here. That's not a screwdriver. Okay, cut. So guys, now the throttle position is loose. We're gonna leave that loose, and I adjusted my throttle control right here. So let's go ahead, see if it idles, and if I can't get it running or idle. So have to start this thing while I mess with the stuff on the outside out here. So,
Eric.
yeah, Eric can hold the phone right now. We'll get your finger in the way there. It's got a clutch thing, so you got to press that. Go ahead. You got to keep it running though and get it going. Go ahead, start it. So it's getting pretty dark out, and Connor left the lights on in the car, so the battery's gonna die. So let's turn those off. Outside out here, Connor's putting in a clutch line. We have that to get on. It kind of idles now, not really, but it works for what we're trying to do for this video. And that is to actually drive this thing, because I haven't actually driven this car since I got it. So I literally backed it into the shop and then just took it apart. So inside the shop here though, we are going to do some more weird stuff in the vise right here. And we are going to weld this brake line shut. This is going to be our temporary block off for the rear brakes, so that we have, we just take this out and we don't have to get a line or anything like that before we put in the hydro, which will probably be pretty soon after we get the car running right and we get a mega square and that kind of stuff for it. So let's go ahead and weld this thing together right now. And just like that, we got a block off. Let's go ahead, throw this thing in the car and see if we can bleed the brakes now. So it's really dark out, car barely runs. We're bleeding the brakes right now. This bleeder was stuck. It was so rusty that there was a bunch of stuff in it, so I had to take the bleeder all the way out, poke it all out, and then it was able to pull fluid through it. Same with the other side. So now that we have both of these cracked and bled, we don't have to do the back because we put our block off in there, and things holding up pretty good there. No fluids coming out. So let's go ahead and put the wheels back on. And I tried to bleed the clutch. Let's try to get it running again and see if it'll go into gear. If it does, you could take it for a little drive and see what it does. So let's go ahead and put these two wheels back on. The clutch is bled now. Brakes are bled. The car kind of idles. So let's go ahead, try to drive it, see what it does. So let's go ahead and move it from its spot, take all the other tools off it that have been on it for a long time. I'm gonna grab the flashlight down here. What happened down here was Connor put on the line and the line was looped up here when it should have been looped down on the bottom. So it's looped way down there now. And I have to get it to be, the line to be pulled off to the side because it's like right in front of the clutch fork. But we'll get that to be done in a minute. I just want to drive this thing like around the plaza because it's been so long. Are you excited, Eric, for this?
Yeah, man.
So let's go ahead and see if this thing moves now. So Connor got in and he looked at the ground there and the ECU is like at his feet. So let's go ahead and see if the light, oh wow, the lights are on. Oh, there we go. Boom, baby. They don't go up, but okay. Clutch. Turn down our window, guys.
Yeah, we might want to do that.
brakes either. Dude, it runs. It's not safe at all. The idle shoots way up. It's got no brakes. It's mint though. It's mint. The rear brakes are capped off with a little nut. Let me see this here. Okay, let's go see what Ricer Miata thinks, guys. It runs.
Got it working.
I did.
12 months later, not bad.
Yeah, right. Hey, it works though.
I was like, I heard it down the road. I was like, what the heck is that thing? It did not sound like a Miata
Oh no, it doesn't.
whatsoever. I was like, who's right now? And then I see you in the white Miata. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. So it works though, guys. The thing is a death trap though. It's not safe.
1 to 10.
10.
Really, it's that bad.
Yeah, the toe is like all off on the front, so like
heard it,
it
like,
just like,
dragging.
yeah, the tires are all off, and then the rear, it's got no rear brakes. I capped it off with a thing, so it's only got front brakes, and the fronts are so rusty, but it goes into gear, it drives, the idle shoots way up if you give it too much gas, because it's like, that flappy box thing is like whacked out, held on there, but
Well, at least the brakes are front biased, right? So
Yeah.
You got 70% still.
yeah.
Even though Will's first Miata, it didn't have any rear brakes, and it was terrifying.
Oh, I know.
Absolutely
Yeah, it's
terrifying.
really bad. So, okay, let's go ahead and get it back to the shop and see what we can do with this
Some
thing.
burnouts. Dude,
I-
you got no rear brakes.
I know, it's easy. I gotta bleed the coolant, and then I'm gonna see if I could do a burnout with it. We could do something that's gonna be able to keep it alive a little better. What do you think?
If you don't put a cooling system on there, you go the distance.
Gotta cut a bunch of stuff out over here, but yeah, let's go back to the shop now. Guys, that was wild. I got a little too carried away with the Miata here. Thing's got no coolant in it still. And I just decided to floor it. Forgot that there's no brakes and almost nailed the truck. So let's try to make this thing a little bit more safe. I think I just need to wear the brakes in a little bit in the front because they're so rusty. They're not like grabbing anything. So, oh my God. But we did do a burnout with it. It does spin through first gear. It's not bad there. So let's put some coolant in this thing and get it to like not break on us and not feel like we're gonna die. I'll try to fix the alignment right now too. So let's do that. Oh, I just did a whack job alignment on this thing to get it so that it'll drive kind of straight. Connor started putting coolant in it. We're gonna start it up right now. We're gonna put coolant in it. Notice that we were leaking out of the back over here from the coolant reroute hose that I have on the back that used to go to the coolant piece in the car for the heat. And now we're gonna start it and see what happens with the coolant. And we should be able to take it for another little drive and yeah, maybe do a burnout or two, but maybe, we'll see. So it's a couple days later, and obviously it's Saturday. We're putting up the video for you guys. We're about to get that thing up right now, but it's about the end of the day, guys, and that's about it for the video. The car ran, the car drove. It did a burnout. I didn't do that on camera, but it's got some kinks. It's got some things that need to be worked out of it, but the car drives for right now, and it's what we needed to do. So let's go ahead and wrap it up. If you guys liked the video, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, comment, share, do all the good things, guys. If you're not notified, get notified. Hit that bell, whether it's here, there, or anywhere. Hit that bell. Stay notified, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later.